Oh, it's wonderful, it's marvelous that you should care for me. You know it's awful nice, and it's paradise. It's what I long to see. You made my life so glamorous. Now you know I feel so darn amorous. So it's wonderful, and it's marvelous that you should care for me. Oh yes, it's wonderful, it's so marvelous. You should care for me, and it's awful nice, so very paradise. It's what I long to see. My dear, it's 4-leaf clover time. My poor old heart is beating overtime. Oh, it's wonderful, it said it's marvelous that you should care for me. Yes, it's wonderful, so marvelous. You should care for me. Oh, it's awful nice. Oh, it's paradise. So I long to see. You made my life so glamorous. Can't blame me for feeling so enamorous. Oh, it's wonderful, and it's marvelous. You should care for me. I said it's wonderful, so it's marvelous. You should care for me. Oh, it's awful nice. simply paradise. It's what I long to see. My days for the overtime. My poor heart is beating overtime. Oh, it's wonderful, and it's marvelous that you should care for me. Thank you.
That's a lovely blue naked waltz.
Thank you very much. We're the Swing Sounds. Good evening and welcome to Capron Park, home of the Attleboro Park and Forestry Department's annual concert series. Now, we're here to bring you an afternoon or an evening, as the case may be, of music connected with Attleboro native recording industry great and fine artist Ray Conniff. The song you just heard, "Swonderful," is particularly significant in Ray's career because it set the theme for Ray's first major album by that title in 1955, and it was dedicated to the works of George and Ira Gershwin. The album is special because it began a recording career for Ray Conniff that yielded the sales of over 70 million albums and a Grammy Award besides. Ray Conniff, his orchestra and chorus, as it was called, was best known within the genre he virtually invented using wordless lyrics and a chorus known as easy listening music. Now, when I was in high school listening to the Beatles in Chicago, that was considered our parents' music. I learned to appreciate it later. But what you may not know about Ray Conniff is that along with being a brilliant trombonist, arranger, and composer, during the 1950s he played a major role at Columbia Records in bringing about some of the most memorable hits of what I sometimes call the American graffiti era. Songs by such major artists as Guy Matthews, Johnny Ray, Johnny Mathis, Marty Robbins. And we'll be playing our version of several of those hits for you today. But Ray didn't start at the top. Son of a local band leader, his mother was a great pianist. Ray had music in his blood. He played in the band at Attleboro High School, formed his own dance band, talented trombonist in the era of Gershwin and Porter. He started out playing with a local outfit called Dan Murphy's Musical Skippers. How's that for a handle? He then, I love it. He then went on to star in several nationally known bands: Bob Crosby, Bing's brother, for those who don't know, Bunny Berrigan, Artie Shaw, and Glenn Gray. Ray's roots ran deep in jazz and popular music, and some of his favorites included tunes of the early 20th century by writers like Irving Berlin. Here's a memory that Ray recorded as a trombonist alongside longtime friend and trumpeter Billy Butterfield. It's called Alexander's Ragtime Band. Come on here, Alexander's Ragtime Band. on here, come on here. It's the best band in the land. They can play a little call like we never heard before. So natural that you wanna go to war. It's just the bestest band. What am my honey lamb? Come on along, and let me take you by the hand. To the man, who's the leader of the band. And if you care to hear that Swanee river play, in ragtime, come on and hear, Alexander's ragtime band. Alexander's ragtime band. Come on here, it's the best band in the land. They can play a little call like you never heard before. So natural that you wanna go to war. It's just the bestest band. What am honey and lamb? Come on along, let me take you by the hand. To the man, who's the leader of the band. And if you care to hear that Swanee River played, in ragtime, come on and hear, Alexander's ragtime band. Thank you. Well, that'll take your breath away. It took mine.
Looks like water.
It does. It is water, in fact. How about that?
How do you know?
I gave your secret away. Here's another old-time hit from Happiness Is, an album Ray recorded in 1966. This is a song that we particularly like because of our own resident trombonist and wit. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Ron LaRue. And his treatment of the lyric on this song. Now, this song was written 100 years ago, way back in 1921. But would you believe it was recorded by the Beatles in 1963?
I believe it.
I believe it too. But would everybody else believe it? It's called The Sheik of Araby.
Of Araby, your love belongs to me. At night when you're asleep, into your tent I will creep. Those stars that shine up above will light our way too long. You rule this land with me. I'm the sheep of Araby. But wait
How
a
about
minute
those
now.
gas prices, Sheik?
I'm the sheik of Araby. Your oil supply all comes from me. In the middle of the winter, in your tank my stuff goes into my oil-producing nation. Show a growing inclination to seize camel transportation and use Cadillac automation. In your country I'm protected, with the lobby I'm connected, and the senators who woo you wink and let me sock it to you. You need my oil and my gases, pay my price or freeze your assets. I'm a sheik that makes his money shaking you, yeah.
Thank you, Sheik. Ray loved and was raised on traditional jazz like Alexander's and Sheik of Araby. The music that most influenced him most probably was swing, beginning with the Gershwin brothers. Here's an appropriate tune for summertime, for a night like this. This is from Ray's 1960 album, Say It With Music. The song was composed by George Gershwin in 1934 as part of the musical Porgy and Bess.
It's in the key of C for those keeping track.
And the cotton is high. Oh, your daddy's rich and your ma is good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. You know one of these mornings you're gonna rise up singing. Yes, you will. You spread your wings, and you take to the skies. But until that morning, there ain't nothing can harm you. With daddy and mommy standing by. summertime, and the living is easy. Yes, it is. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is high. But your daddy's rich, and your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. And don't you know one of these mornings you're gonna rise up singing? Oh yes, you spread your wings and you take to the sky. Oh yes, but till that morning, there ain't nothing can harm you. With daddy and mommy standing by. With daddy and mommy standing by. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, that's nice coming from you. Anybody, actually, okay. Summertime. Well, how appropriate for tonight. Well, you know, another one of the truly greats and masters of the swing era was Cole Porter, and his tunes appear over and over again in Ray's discography. Here's I've Got You Under My Skin. This song was written in 1936 and was performed in a film starring Eleanor Powell called Born to Dance. And by golly, was she ever born to dance. Here's I've Got You Under My Skin.
Dermatologist's theme song.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I've got you under my skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me. So deep in my heart, you're really a part of me. You know that I've got you under my skin. So not to give in. I said to myself, this affair never will go so well. But why do I try to resist when, baby, I know so well that I've got you under my skin. I sacrificed everything, come what I might, for the sake of having you near. In spite of the warning voice that comes in the night and repeats in my ear. Don't you know, little fool, you never can win. Use your mentality, wake up to reality. But the moment I do, the thought of you makes me stop before I begin. 'Cause I've got you under my skin. deep in the heart of me. So deep in my heart, you're really a part of me. Oh yes, I've got you under my skin. I tried so not to give in. You know, I said to myself, this affair never will go so well. But why do I try to resist when maybe I know so well that I've got you under my skin? I sacrificed everything, come what might, for the sake of having you near. In spite of the warning voice comes in the night and repeats in my ear. Oh, you know, little fool, you never can win. Use your mentality, wake up to reality. But the moment I do, the thought of you makes me stop before I begin. 'Cause I've got you under my skin. Oh yes, I've got you under my skin. One more time, you know I've got you under my skin.
Thank you. Well, while we're on Cole Porter, here's another romantic Cole Porter tune recorded by Ray, and it's one of my favorites. It's called Night and Day. How appropriate, right? We're just kind of bordering on night here. We're going to do a little Latin take on Night and Day. And to start it off, I'm going to have Emily lead us into this. Ready? One, two,
Night and day, you are the one. Only you beneath the moon or under the sun. Whether near to me or far, makes no difference where you are. I think of you day and night, night and day. Why is it so that this longing for you follows wherever I go? In the roaring traffic's boom, in the silence, my lonely room, I think of you night and day, day and night, under the hide of me. There's an oh such a hungry, yearning, burning inside of me. And this torment won't be through till you let me spend my life making love to you day and night, night and day. this longing for you follows wherever I go. In the roaring traffic's boom, in the silence, my lonely room, I think of you night and day, day and night. Under this hide of me, there's such a hungry yearning burning inside of me, and this torment won't be through till you let me spend my life making love to you day and night, night and day, day and night, night and day.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, night is trying to descend on us, but so far we're holding out with the lights, both internal and external. We've got another great swing tune for you. And this is from another one of the composers of that era, Hoagie Carmichael, who was responsible for such tunes as Up a Lazy River, Georgia on My Mind, and Stardust, which has especially inspired trumpet players. I confess. I've already referred to Ray's lifelong friendship with jazz trumpeter Billy Butterfield. He performed one of his most moving trumpet solos on Stardust. By the way, this is a song which is also associated with another trumpet great, Harry James, with whom Ray also worked. Ray actually wrote some arrangements for Harry James. And we'd like to do it now for you, Stardust. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sometimes I wonder why I spend the lonely nights dreaming of a song. The melody haunts my reverie, and I am once again with you when our love was new, and each kiss an inspiration. Oh, but that was long ago, and now my consolation is in the stardust of a song beside a garden wall. When stars are bright, you are in my arms. The nightingale tells his fairy tale, a paradise where roses grew. Though I dream in vain, in my heart it will remain my stardust melody, the memory of love's refrain. Beside a garden wall, when stars are bright, you are in my arms. The nightingale tells his fairy tale, a paradise where roses grow. Though I dream in vain, in my heart it will remain my stardust melody, the memory of love's refrain.
Thank you. What a pretty song. By the mid-1950s, Ray Conniff, his orchestra and chorus were becoming very well known for their highly successful albums, what we now call easy listening music. And along with that, Ray was a proven moneymaker and recording star for the label, as well as a talented arranger, studio, band leader, and hit maker. With the growing youth movement and popularity of 45s, Columbia turned to Ray and others to work with new artists to turn out radio and record store gold. And this is where those 1950s hits come in. One of Ray's first big successes was a million seller for singer Don Cherry, not the former hockey coach. This guy was a very talented amateur and professional golfer who was very colorful both on the tee and on the record as well. And this is a tune that became a million seller and one of the most popular hits of 1955 for Don Cherry, and it's called Band of Gold.
I've never wanted wealth untold. My life has one design, a simple little band of gold, to prove that you are mine. Don't want the world to have and hold, for fame is not the line. A simple little band of gold, to show that you are mine. Some sail away to Araby and other lands of mystery, but all the wonders that they see will never tempt me. Their memories will soon go cold until the end of time. I'll have a little band of gold to show that you are mine. own design. A simple little band of gold to prove that you are mine. Don't want the world to have and hold, for fame is not my line. Just want a little band of gold to show that you are mine. Some say the way to Larry and other lands of misery, all the wonders that they see will never tempt me. Their memories will soon grow cold until the end of time. I'll have a little band of gold to prove that you are mine. Band of Gold. Does anybody remember that disco era hit by the same name? Frida Payne had a song also by the same title. Not as nice as that one, but we have Ray to thank for that particular song. Well, moving right along. So we'll move right along. You may remember the name Johnny Ray. He was called the father of rock and roll by Tony Bennett, and he had a meteoric singing career during the 1950s. Had a number of hits, including Just Walkin' in the Rain with Ray Conniff in the studio. Last time you heard the name Johnny Ray probably was when it was mentioned in the song We Didn't Start the Fire by Billy Joel. You may also remember the opening line, Poor Old Johnny Ray, from the 80s hit, Come On Eileen. This is Just Walkin' in the Rain. Just walking in the rain, getting soaking wet, torture in my heart, by trying to forget, just walking in the rain, so alone and blue, all because my heart still remembers you. You know that people come to the windows, they always stare at me, shake their heads in sorrow, saying, who can that fool be, just walking in the rain, thinking how we met, knowing things have changed, I forget. Walking in the rain, getting soaking wet, torture in my heart, by trying to forget, just walking in the rain, so alone and blue, all because my heart still remembers you. You know that people come to the windows, they just stare at me, and they
Walking in the Rain.
Hey, there's plenty of room in front of the band. If it starts raining, everybody should just crowd right in here. Get nice and cozy. Don't breathe
Pay no
on each
attention to
other,
that
but get nice
crowd.
and cozy.
Well, let's get right into some more music. What do you say? This is a great tune. This is a great tune by a great artist, Guy Matthews. And it was a million seller, thanks to Ray Conniff. And our next song, Singin' the Blues. This one really rocks. And we're gonna start right off. 1, 2. Now we're cooking. Here we go.
Well, I never felt more like singing the blues, 'cause I never thought that I'd ever lose your love, dear. Why'd you do me this way? Well, I never felt more like crying all night, 'cause everything's wrong and nothing is right without you. You got me singing the blues. Well, moon and stars so long they shine. The dream is gone, I thought it was mine. Nothing left for me to do but cry. Oh, you. Well, I never felt more like running away. But why should I go? 'Cause I couldn't stay without you. You got me singing the blues.
Here we go.
Well, I never felt more like singing the blues, 'cause I never thought that I'd ever lose your love, dear. Why'd you do me this way? You know I never felt more like crying all night, and everything's wrong and nothing is right without you. You got me singing the blues. Well, the moon and stars no longer shine. The dream is gone, I thought it was mine. There's nothing left for me to do but cry. Oh, well, I never more like running away, 'cause I never thought that I could stay without you. You got me singing the blues. You got me singing the blues.
We had to import one of those dancers from Florida just to show you.
All right. Well, we've all been waiting to hear this one, I'm sure. This one is a great tune from that aforementioned American Graffiti period, and it's called A White Sport Coat and a Pink Carnation. Now, a lot of you didn't know that Ray had anything to do with that, but he did. He was approached by Marty Robbins. Marty Robbins had been disappointed by the performance of his release of Singin' the Blues, which came in second to Guy Matthews. It was, of course, Ray who engineered Singin' the Blues. Marty Robbins wanted Ray for this tune, and so we got him. And we're going to do it for you now. A white sport coat and a pink carnation. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
white sports coat and a pink carnation. I'm all dressed sports coat and a pink carnation. I'm all alone in romance. Once you told me long ago, to the prom with me you go. Now you've changed your mind, it seems. Someone else will hold my dream. Oh, honey, sports coat and a pink carnation. I'm in a blue, blue mood.
Who wants to ask for a breeze?
Time out. Time out.
A white sports coat and a clap of thunder.
How did that get in the song? Oh, yeah.
I thought that was us. Don't go away, anybody. The ship is not sinking. The band will continue.
That's what they
to
said on
play.
the Titanic.
Exactly. And the band will continue to play.
And the band played on. Well, give us a minute. Make sure there's no thunder interruptions.
always care. But here for the moment, I can hold you fast and spread your lips to mine, and dream that love will last. As far as I can see, this is heaven, and speaking just for me, it's ours to share. Perhaps the glow of love will grow with every passing day, or we may never meet again. It's not for me to say. As far as I can see, this is heaven, and speaking just for me, it's ours to share. Perhaps the glow of love will grow with every passing day, or we may never meet again. It's not for me to say.
Managed to get that one in. Uh-oh. Okay.
Noah built the ark. He said it was
Let's do a short
duty.
time out when we move half of the band. I couldn't hear them.
So Noah built the ark. He said it was his duty. He saved 2 of every animal. Why did he save the cootie? like to take this opportunity to remind everyone that we're available to play at your house. It's a farm reunion. They haven't seen each other in 30 years.
Family reunion, yeah.
Hi.
Well, here's one that I think you will all remember. Because if you're my age or older, this probably had something to do with your romantic life back when you were maybe 16, 17, or 18.
What's that? You're all alone?
No, this is another one, actually. Johnny Mathis tune. Chances are you remember this tune. And the features our pianist Emily Gove. Chances are, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Does that sound familiar?
Chances are, 'cause I wear a silly grin the moment you come into view. Chances are you think that I'm in love with you. Just because my composure sort of slips whenever your lips meet mine. Chances are you think my heart's your Valentine. In the magic of the moonlight, when I sigh, hold me close, dear. Chances are you believe the stars that fill the skies are in my eyes. Guess you think you'll always be the one and only one for me. And if you think you could, well, chances are the chances are awfully good. In the magic of the moonlight, when I sigh, hold me close, dear. Chances are you believe the stars that fill the skies are in my eyes. Guess you think you'll always be the one and only one for me. And if you think you could, well, chances are the chances are awfully good. The chances are awfully good.
Emily Gove, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, you know, in 1967, Ray and his orchestra and chorus recorded probably their most popular tune ever, and it was derived from a movie theme. Somewhere My Love is what it was called. It was from a movie starring Omar Sharif and Julie Christie. You all remember the film, and it's also called, the song is also called Lara's Theme because of the major character in that movie. Here is Somewhere My Love.
Maybe not. Anybody have a warrant out?
One, two, three, 4, 2, 3.
Imagine that as a balalaika.
Somewhere, my love, there will be songs to sing. All of snow covers the hope of spring. Somewhere a hill blossoms in green and gold, and there are dreams, all that your heart can hold. Someday we'll meet again, my love. Someday, whenever the spring breaks through, you'll come to me out of the long ago, warm as the wind, soft as the kiss of snow. You'll come to me, think of me now and then. Godspeed, my love, until you are mine again. Someday we'll meet again, my love. Someday, whenever the spring breaks through, you'll come to me out of the long ago, warm as the wind, soft as a kiss of snow. Laura, my own, think of me now and then. Godspeed, my love, till you are mine again. Somewhere, My Love, from the film Dr. Zhivago. Well, you know, if you really want to explore the soul of Ray Conniff, you could go back to one of his recordings late in his musical life, playing trombone with a Brazilian band and playing this New Orleans tune that has become a classic. And you can tell that just by looking at Ray and the way he played, that this was really part of who he was. It's called, ladies and gentlemen, the Basin Street Blues. Mississippi. We'll take a boat to the land of dreams, go down the river down to New Orleans. There's a band there to greet us, old friends there to meet us. call it Basin Street. Basin Street, that's the street with the elite. They always meet way down in New Orleans, land of dreams. You never know how fine it seems when you're way down south in New Orleans. Basin Street, that's the street with those nice folks. They always meet way down in New Orleans, losing my Basin Street blues. I said Basin Street, that's the street where the aliens they always meet way down in New Orleans. In that land of dreams, you never know how fine it seems. Way down south in New Orleans, that Basin Street, you know that's the street where those folks they always meet. Way down in New Orleans, losing my Basin Street blues. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Well, from traditional jazz to swing, that was the trajectory of Ray's career. And we're going to do a song by Billy Strayhorn and the Duke that Ray liked a lot and covered, called Satin Doll. Satin Doll.
I thought that said Satan doll.
Oh, you devil, you.
There, it was a fly speck.
I know, it was a bad joke.
I know, we'll get letters. I can see it in the Sun Chronicle now.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Cigarette holder, which wigs me over her shoulder. She digs me, how can that satin doll? Oh, baby, shall we go housekeeping? Careful, amigo, you're flipping. Speaks Latin, my satin doll. Oh, baby, shall we go housekeeping? Careful, amigo, you're flipping. Speaks Latin, my satin doll. Well, you know she's nobody's fool, so I'm playing it cool as can be. You know I'm giving the world, but I ain't for no girl catching me. Oh no, telephone numbers, well you know, doing my rumbers with you know, and then my satin doll. her shoulder. She digs me a cattin', that satin doll. Oh, baby, shall we go skipping? Careful of ego, you're flipping. Speaks Latin, my satin doll. Well, you know that she's nobody's fool, so I'm playing it cool as can be. You know I'll give it a whirl, but I ain't got no girl catching me. Oh no, telephone numbers, well you know, you and my rumbers, well you know, and that my satin doll, and that my satin doll. Nice dancing out there. Without even a wood dance floor. How about that?
Perfect parquet.
Well, I bet you all remember the very popular television series All in the Family. All in the Family. And as you probably remember, it went through two more iterations. There was Archie's Place, and then there was the other one, I forget the title. But at any rate, there was a very famous theme. And Carol O'Connor sang that back then, but then it was remade with Ray Conniff into an instrumental for Archie's Place. Now we're going to do the vocal version because we just love the words. But first, you know, I need an Edith. I need an Edith to help me out. Edith, where are you, Edith?
Oh, Archie!
Oh, come on up here. Huh?
You want to take my mic?
I'm taking your mic.
It's okay, I'll let you. You want to rip it out of there, you
Got so much comb things up here.
Okay, here we go.
Why I don't want the light?
Is that Satan thing going on?
How you doing, Edith? Okay,
Okay, where are you?
Yep.
you can be over
On
here.
this side?
You want to be on my right side, don't
I
you?
want to be on your right side.
You want to get in bed?
Oh,
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Boy, the way Glenn Miller plays,
songs that made the hit parade.
guys like us, we had it made. Those were the days. Didn't need no welfare state.
Everybody pulled their weight.
G.R.O. LaSalle and Ray. Those were the days.
And you knew where you were then.
Girls were girls and men were men. And mister, we could use a man like Herbert Hoover again. People seem to be content. $50 pay the rent. Clowns were in a circus tent. Those were the days.
Take a little Sunday cruise.
Go and watch the Red Sox lose.
Had you all for daddy today.
That cost you under a pen.
Hair was short and skirts were long. Casement really sang a song.
I don't know where we went wrong. Those were the days. Those were the days. Edith Bunko.
Yeah, Laurie.
On that note, I would like to, after the interruption by the storm, I would just like to take the time to
Wait a second,
introduce our
wait a
cast
second.
of characters.
Can I just mention that Laurie rents like balloon, these buildings, you know, that you slide down, you lose the kids in with all the little walls and things like that. And she makes balloon animals and things like that, besides singing. It's amazing because she does all that with the helium and then she comes out and sings without it.
And now a word from our sponsor. I would like to take the time just briefly to introduce our band tonight, which unfortunately the storm interrupted that, but here we go. First of all, friendship and music can last a long time, can be very long lasting, and it's so in this case, on bass, we played together in the Attleboro High School music program eons ago, and Mr. George Piggott on bass tonight from Attleboro, Massachusetts. In fact, from right down the street. On piano, a wonderful, knowledgeable musician, great person, Miss Emily Go from Pawtucket, Rhode Island. On percussion, we've known each other for a long time, and I call her my sis because, so help me, she's like a sister to me, I mean it, Lori Inglis. On guitar, sometimes ukulele, and a versatile guy on keyboard to boot, Mr. Frank Sacoccio from Franklin, Massachusetts. On drums, Mr. Rhythm, Adam Zisk. Hey, Adam. And standing next to me on trombone and making all the jokes, good and bad, a guy who knows more old songs, lyrics, and music by heart than anybody I know, Mr. Ron LaRue from North Attleboro, Massachusetts.
Thank you.
And I'm Richard. That's me.
Richard Foster.
You remembered. Thank you very much.
I wrote it on my palm.
Okay. Just so you don't forget. Okay.
That's right. That and a dozen eggs.
Now, we'd like to play, in a couple of minutes, we'd like to have you join us in a song to honor America, and I guarantee you know the words to it, but first, we'd like to do a tune that's not from Ray Conniff, actually. It's a tune that myself and a friend wrote about 10 years ago about America. My friend was from Sharon, Massachusetts, a very fine musician, Alan Shapiro, and a great guy, a songwriting partner as well. He was also the head of the Dixie Diehards, a band which still exists today. And in his younger years, he played at Carnegie Hall and the original Tonight Show. He was, for me and fellow band members who have also already introduced, our Ray Conniff in many ways. We lost Alan recently at age 85, but we keep his memory along with Ray's alive in our hearts. And we'd like to do this salute to him because this is America. There's a boy in Oklahoma who prays every night. There's a little girl in Cleveland, she's just looking for the light. There's a land that you all know of, where their dreams can all come true. Land of many colors, red, white, and blue, this is America. America, my country, 'tis of thee, this is America, belongs to you and me, America, land of the free. Some say that it's a weakness, folks of many faiths and lands, some are wise, some are wealthy, some need a helping hand. Sometimes we disagree, but we work to understand, 'cause it's what we are together that makes that old flag grand. This is America, the land of liberty, America, my country, 'tis of thee, this is America, belongs to you and me, America.
of the free. From Concord to Pearl Harbor, our hearts should now recall. There's a nation indivisible, with liberty for all and loyalty and freedom. We hear our nation's call, America. We are rich, we are poor, we are old and we are young. But though we may be different, in spirit we are one. Our fathers died for liberty, we'll live to keep her strong. When you hear us singing, you know we can't be wrong. This is America, the land of liberty, America. My country, 'tis of thee, this is America. Belongs to you and me, America, land of the free. America, land of the free.
That means so much. Thank you. Now, to honor America, won't you please join us in singing God Bless America? Let's hear it now. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home. Thank you for helping us out on that. Well, we like to send you home on a positive note, and that's a good start on it. We'd like to do one more song for you anyway. You know, when two men are at the top of the musical profession, they're parts of it, then it's inevitable that they have a lot of respect for one another. And Ray Conniff and Frank Sinatra were both men at the top of their profession, their respective corners of music. And it's obvious that Ray had a lot of respect for the voice, or the chairman of the board as he was later called. He even created a tribute album to Frank Sinatra and did a tribute tour to Frank Sinatra, went all the way to Brazil. So we'd like to do this Frank song for you to send you home. It's called "The Lady is a Tramp." No implications.
Yeah, not an editorial comment.
It's about as Sinatra as you get, though. One,
She gets too hungry for dinner at 8. She loves the theater, oh, but she never comes late. She never bothers with people she hates. That's why the lady is a tramp. She She don't like crap games with barons and earls. Won't go to Harlem, permanent pearls. Won't dish the dirt, no, with the rest of the girls. That's why old lady is a tramp. She loves a cool, clean wind in her hair, oh, light without care. She's broke, and it's okay. It's California. You know it's cold and it's damp. That's why our lady is a tramp. She gets too hungry to eat at 8. She loves the theater, never comes late. She'd never bother with some bums that she'd hate. That's why this chick is a tramp. Well, you know, she hates them trap games with Sharpies and frauds. Won't go to Harlem, Lincoln's a Fords. Won't dish the dirt with the rest of the broads. That's why lady is a tramp. She loves that free, fresh wind in her hair, oh, life without care. She's broke, but forget about it. It's California, it's crowded and damp. That's why the lady is a tramp. Oh, that's why the lady is a tramp. That's why the lady is a tramp.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And that's it for our little show tonight. No extra charge for the thunder and no lightning. Thank goodness no lightning or the rain. Great to have you here tonight. We're the Swing Sounds, and we hope to see you again soon.
And look for it on all your major theaters. The movie will be out. Whole story will be right there.
The Ron LaRue story. No, that is. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.